All right, we are going to go through Word Module 4, Enhancing Page Layout and Design, the textbook project. So I'm going to open this up in Cengage. Click Start. I'm going to go ahead and download all my files. And I'm going to take note of the expected file name. Just going to minimize this. So my expected file name, np_wd_4_barboza_ my first and last name. So I'm just going to copy that. My starting file is npwd4-1. So I'm going to go to my downloads. So I'm going to open up my File Explorer, go to my downloads. Excuse me. And there's my file. Excuse me. I'm just going to open up this document. Click Enable Editing. And okay, now I'm going to go ahead and save it. So I'm going to click File, Save As. I'm going to go to Browse. And I'm going to go to my OneDrive and then to my document formatting folder. And find the folder that I want to save it in. Word Module 4, Module, and then I'm going to right click and paste the name of the file, the expected file name. So I'm going to save that. All right, so at the top, it's Barboza Family Health Clinics. I'm going to turn my paragraph show hide is on, zoom in a bit here. All right. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, just going to scroll down just to take a look at the document. And we're going to end up making it like a newsletter. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click View Multiple Pages. And I'm going to click, I'm going to zoom in again. And we're going to click at the beginning of the third paragraph that contains the heading, Learn How to Reach Your Goals. Learn how to reach your wellness goals. So I'm just going to click in that paragraph. And I'm going to click at the beginning here before the L in Learn. And then I'm going to click on my Layout tab. In my page setup group, I'm going to click Breaks. And I'm going to click Continuous. So not a lot happened there, but I can see in my heading, in that blue shaded heading, I can see there's a section break continuous. So this makes a section break still on the same page. A next page section break would move it to another page. Then I'm going to scroll down to page 2 at the beginning of the shaded paragraph, Wellness Classes. And I'm going to click right at the beginning, so before the W in wellness. And I'm going to add another section break. Continuous. And then I'm going to add another one before anti-inflammatory foods, so just below. And I'm going to add another continuous section break. So again, you'll see it just in that heading. So we've created our section breaks. Now let's go to the beginning of our document. So Control Home to go to the beginning. And in our page setup group, we're going to click Margins. And then at the bottom, we're going to click Custom Margins. We're going to change our left and right margin to 0.75 inches. So our left 0.75 and our right 0.75. And then we're going to click OK. So notice the blue shaded heading goes further across our page. And then we're just going to click it down below. So in that heading, learn how to reach your wellness goals. And then we're going to come up to margins and come down to custom margins. We're going to change our left margin to 2.5. So 2.5 and then click OK. So this brings our heading and our text over to the 2.5 inch on our ruler. Then we're going to scroll down to page 2 and we're going to click in the shaded heading Wellness Classes. So we're going to click in that heading and we're going to change our margins. So click Margins, Custom Margins. And we're going to change our left and right. So left to 0.75 and our right to 0.75 and click OK. So this will make it like the previous blue shaded heading. And then let's click on View Multiple Pages. And we can see our document and what it looks like. All right. Let's click anywhere in the list of wellness classes. So I'll zoom in a bit here. So click in the list of wellness classes. So anywhere in that section. On a ribbon, click on your Layout tab. In your page setup group, you're going to click Columns. And then at the bottom, you're going to click More Columns. Excuse me. And then you're going to choose 3. So under Presets, click 3 and click OK. So there is another column. You can see my ruler. There is another column up here. And so we'll see how that kind of takes place after a bit. All right. All right, next we're going to be sure our Layout tab is selected. We're going to click at the beginning of our list, anti-inflammatory foods. We're going to press and hold our Shift key, and then we're going to click at the end. So after Yoga for Better Sleep, that will select our entire list. Then we're going to come up to our paragraph group, and we're going to click our launcher to open up our paragraph settings. In the indentation section right here, we're going to click special arrow. We're going to click hanging, and then by, we're going to change it to 0.2. So you can just click the down arrow or just type it in 0.2, and then you're going to click OK. So for the ones that go onto another line, that second line gets indented. All right, let's open up our navigation pane. So you can click on your status bar, your page number to open up your navigation pane. We're going to click Results. And in our search field, we're going to type capital WEBINAR, the Webinar Plus, and then just click in on that word, Webinar Plus, and then you can close your navigation pane. We're going to click at the very end. So after the plus sign, let me see, between the plus sign and the period. So yeah, so right after the plus sign, before the period. And we're going to type a parentheses, a left parentheses, the letter R, and then the right parentheses. So just like that. And you'll notice that it automatically will change to the registered trademark symbol. So Word has some options for autocorrect, and that's one of them for the parentheses. So we can see those options by going File Options, Proofing, and then Autocorrect Options. We can see them here. So the parentheses C and parentheses is a copyright. The R within parentheses is the registered. The parentheses T and parentheses is the TM for trademark, and so on. Just going to click cancel. Another way that you can insert those symbols and things like that is by clicking insert and then coming over to your symbols group on the far right of your ribbon and clicking symbol, clicking more symbols. This will open up our symbol window. We click special characters. Here we can also see shortcut keys. So registered is Alt-Control-R. If we click on symbols, this has lots of different symbols that we can use as well. So if I scroll, I'm going to scroll through and see, here is the copyright, here is the registered. There's some of the ones with the accent over the letters, and some different numbers written in different languages. So you can kind of scroll there and see some different options. I'm just going to click cancel. All right, our next step is to insert an object. So we're going to scroll up to page, at the top of page 1, and we're going to click in that heading, Learn How to Reach Your Wellness Goals. And we're going to click View Multiple Pages. Then we're going to click our Insert tab. And over in our text group, over here, we're going to click Text Box. And we're going to scroll down and we're going to find Ion Sidebar 1. Ion Sidebar 1. So we're going to click that. And we'll see that that automatically gets inserted into our document on the left side of the page. And on our ribbon, we now have a Shape Format tab that opens up. In our size group on the far right, we are going to click in our shape height and we're going to change it to 4. And in our width, we're going to click in and change it to 1.5. And then I'm going to zoom in so I can see this box, my sidebar box. We're going to click in our arrange group. So right here, I'm going to click align, and I'm going to be sure that my use alignment guides has a check mark beside it. So that means that my alignment guides are on. So this helps us align objects in our document. So if it is, great, you just click beside of it. And then you'll notice that when I hover over my object, I want it to turn, usually it's over the border, to turn it to where it has the arrows going north, south, east, and west, so each way. And when I click that, I'll see this little layout options icon. So I'm going to click that. And actually, I don't need to click anything yet here. But what I am going to do, I can click and drag, and I'm going to drag it down so that the top of the box aligns with the first line of the text below the learn how to reach your goals. So I'm just going to click and drag it down. I'm going to keep it aligned. So you notice on my screen, I have a green line that lines up with my left margin. So I'm going to keep my sidebar box lined up with that left margin, that green line. I'm just going to drag it down to about where it lines up with that first line of text. And then I can just release my mouse. You'll notice that there's this little anchor. That anchor anchors our object to whatever text corresponds to that object. So we do want it right by our wellness as a way of life. All right, next, we're going to click on our little layout options icon, and we're going to click the one that has in front of text. So click in front of text. And then we're going to come up to our arranged group over here, and we're going to click wrap text, and we're going to ensure that fixed position on page has a check mark. If it doesn't, click it. If it does, it's okay, just click outside to deselect it. And then you can just click anywhere in your document. Okay. Next, we're going to click in our sidebar title to select it. So in that blue shaded area. And we're going to type get moving. So capital G-E-T space capital M-O-V-I-N-G. Get moving. And then we're going to click below in our sidebar text to select it and click delete. You just click delete on your keyboard. And then on our ribbon, we're going to click insert. And over in our text group, we're going to click object. text from file. This opens up our file explorer, and we're going to go to our downloads where we would have downloaded our files that we needed from Cengage MindTap. And we're going to find the support WD4 exercise. And then we're going to click insert. So that inserts the text. So it should say feeling run down, ? And so on. And then you'll notice that the insertion point is on a blank line. Just hit your backspace key so that the insertion point comes right after the period after stroll. And then let's click on our Home tab. And we want to click and drag so that we select all of our text in our box. And then we're going to come up to our font size and we're going to click 11. And then we can just click outside of it, deselect it. All right, let's come down to page 2. And we're going to click anywhere in the paragraph that begins, remember everyone at Barboza Family Health Clinic. So it's that second paragraph on the second page. And then on our ribbon, we're going to click insert. And then in our illustrations group, we're going to click shapes. And in the basic shapes, we're going to click the text box one. So that's the first one that has a little box and has an A in it. Click text box. So when I click that, now my insertion point turns into a large plus sign. We're just going to position it in the blank area in the left margin. We'll align it with the first line of text on that second page, and we're going to just click and drag it down to about an inch and a half wide, 2.5 inches tall. It doesn't really matter the size because we're gonna custom the size anyway. So just click and drag to draw your text box. And then once you have it inserted, come over to your size group. So you have your shape format tab, come over to your size group. In the height, you're going to change to 3.5. And the width, you're going to change it to 1.5. And press enter. All right, next we're going to select the first two sentences in the paragraph that begins the Barboza Eaton Park Clinic. And then we'll check your blood pressure sentence. So we're going to select those two sentences, including the period after questionnaire. And we can press Control-C to copy, or you can come up to your clipboard and click the copy. And then we're going to click in our blank text box, and you can click paste or Control-V to paste it. And we're going to add quotation marks to the beginning and to the end, so that it shows that it's like a pull quote from the body of our newsletter. And then on our ribbon, let's click our shape format tab. And in our text group, we're going to click align text and we're going to select middle. So it moves that text within the middle of our text box. And then let's scroll down a bit. so we can see the bottom of our text box. And in our Shape Styles group, we're going to click the More button, so the line with the arrow. And we can see some various options. We're going to select Colored Fill Blue Accent 5. So that's this blue one, Colored Fill Blue Accent 5. So it will apply this blue shading to our text box. And just verify that our text box is still selected. In our Arrange group, we're going to click Wrap Text. And we're going to click Fix Position on Page. And then we're going to scroll down so we can see our list of our classes. So under Wellness Classes, I'm going to zoom out a bit. And we want to be able to see the anchor from the text box and the list of wellness classes. And I'm just going to drag that text box anchor down to the list so that it's by anti-inflammatory foods. All right. Now, if I were to select my list of wellness classes, my text box also gets selected. Now, let's click, I'll just zoom in a bit here. Let's triple click anti-inflammatory foods to select that. Now, if I were to, when I select that, you'll notice that my text box is also selected. If I were to delete that, it would also delete this text box. All right, so let's just click anywhere to deselect. And now what I want to do is move my anchor back to where it was. So I'm going to press my Control C, and Control Z, and it will move your anchor back. So we don't want to run the risk of, if we change our wellness classes and we delete one of them, we don't want to run the risk of deleting our text box as well. So we will leave that. All right, let's save, and that concludes the 4.1.